How's it going, everybody? Wayne here. So I have 6 more games that I'll be adding to the Complete in Box N64 library. Let's check them out. So the first game up, I actually already had the box sitting on the shelf for it, but I didn't have the game or manual. Now I have the game and manual, and that game is Mega Man 64. Mega Man 64 was developed and published by Capcom and released for the N64 in 2001. Mega Man 64 is an action RPG game. This game was quite a disappointment for Mega Man fans. At the time of its release on the N64, Mega Man Legends, which is the same game on the PlayStation, had been out for 3 years. The game didn't change anything either. The graphics are choppy, and the game just doesn't get you pumped like the older games on the NES and Super NES did. The controls are terrible. Mega Man doesn't control well with the stick, and controlling him with the D-pad is an absolute joke. And why does he have a 12-year-old boy's voice?
But I'm glad you showed up when you did.
This is why they never let Link and Zelda talk. If you want a good Mega Man game, stick to the NES and Super NES versions. Mega Man 64 is game number 109 for the collection, and the manual cost me $24 shipped, the game cost me $33 shipped, and that brings our total up to $4,578 for the Complete in Box N64 library. Next up we have a fairly uncommon game, and that's Harvest Moon 64. Harvest Moon was developed by Victor Interactive Software and published by Natsume. It was available for purchase right before Christmas of 1999. Harvest Moon is a farm simulation game. You take over the farm and plant crops and raise animals. This is a game that has simple graphics, repetitive music, and addicting gameplay. The more you play, the more you're sucked into the game. You'll collect things to sell, plant crops, organize your garden, and repeat. There are many tasks and secrets in the game that will keep you glued to the TV. If you're a fan of simulation games, this game will be right up your alley. Harvest Moon 64 is game number 110 for the collection, and it cost me $116 shipped, which this game has actually went down in value since I first started collecting for the N64. And at $116 shipped, that brings our total up to $4,694. Next up we have another uncommon Complete in Box game, and that game is Goemon's Great Adventure. Goemon's Great Adventure was developed and published by Konami and released for the N64 in 1999. Goemon's Adventure is a 2.5D platformer, known in Japan as Gamber Goemon, Dioro Dero Dushe Obe Tinko More. The first Goemon game on the N64 was Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, which was a 3D platformer. Goemon first came out on the Famicom in Japan, but never made it to the States. Goemon's Great Adventure did a good job bringing you to the Japanese platformer feel. The controls and graphics are good, making it a fun gameplay experience. However, it can be on the more pricey side for an N64 game, especially Complete in Box. If you do find a good deal on one, it's worth adding to your collection. Goemon's Great Adventure is game number 111 for the collection, and it cost me $150 shipped, which you commonly see these going for $200 plus, Complete in Box. And at $150 shipped, that brings our total up to $4,844 for the N64 collection. Next up we have another uncommon game that I got a really good deal on, and that game is Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. Indiana Jones is an action-adventure game developed and published by LucasArts, releasing in 1999. The game was a Blockbuster rental exclusive. However, it was available for public purchase on Blockbuster's website in limited quantities. The controls in the game are clunky and slow to respond. The graphics are okay, but you'll find a few glitches in the game. Look how I got stuck in a wall with my rear end hanging out and had to reset the console. Besides the flaws, this game does have some good things to offer. The gameplay is good, it has a deep storyline, and fun puzzles to solve. If you can get over the bad, Indiana Jones is a decent game worth playing. Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine is game number 112 for the collection, and it cost me $107 shipped. The price was originally $150 or best offer, and I offered $100 plus $7 shipping, and the seller accepted. And right after I won this game, there was one in very close condition that sold on auction for $150. So I would say I got a pretty good deal on it. So at $107 shipped, that brings our total up to $4,951 for the Complete in Box N64 library. Next up we have a game that I'll be adding onto the shelf, but I won't be adding it to the counter and I won't be talking about it, and that's because this game is sealed. And that game is Army Men Air Combat. And this game only cost me $17 sealed. And at $17 shipped, that brings our total up to $4,968. Now we'll be getting a loose copy so I can talk about this game later on. Next up we have another game that we'll be adding onto the shelf tonight, but we won't be talking about it, and that's because this game is also sealed. And that game is WCW Backstage Assault. Now this game cost me $18 shipped, sealed, and that brings our total up to $4,986 for the Complete in Box N64 Quest. Let's get these games on the shelf. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe. I'll be completing the entire N64 library, complete in box, right here on this show. Also make sure to leave a thumbs up for some uncommon games. Until next time, I'm Wayne, and thanks for watching.